Welcome back to another episode of Here's the Thing. So, I am so excited for this week's episode. Cuz this week in class, we were doing some content brainstorming and stuff, and the topic of cuffing season came up because we were kind of talking about seasonal depression, which is something I do want to talk about eventually. But then we started talking about cuffing season, and I was like, yes, this needs to be studied, needs to be dissected. And I kind of got into this conversation a little bit with one of my classmates and friend. And I was kind of just giving my opinion on cuffing season as someone who is not in a relationship. Because I think that we overlook the structure of cuffing season. Okay, so cuffing season, what is it? Why does it matter? And why am I talking about it? So basically, the idea of cuffing season is typically around the fall time, fall, winter time. Fall time is when, things start to kind of conspire, and then usually people are in relationships during the holidays and whatever. They're in relationships for Halloween and Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever, Valentine's Day. And then I know we've all seen it. People are in relationships, and then after Valentine's Day, or even before Valentine's Day, you see all of these people breaking up, and this cycle repeats itself over and over every single year. Okay, so here's the thing. Cuffing season. We all tend to have this desire to want to be in a relationship in the fall and winter time. And so I went to Google, love Google, and I found this article called Why We Look for Love in the Winter. It says, physically, it's telling of how seasons impact our psychology. Studies show that individual serotonin levels, hormones that regulate our mood, decrease when there's a drop in sunlight. This is what we know as winter blues. It's the increased anxiety and loneliness that can impact a desire for relationships. So I feel like this is something that most people experience. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I thrive in the summertime, and the sun is out, and when the sun comes out, I feel so much happier. And same. And then when it's the winter time, the clouds roll in, and all of a sudden you're just ooh, I want to get cozy in bed, and you're just You get in your feels. You're sad a little bit, and then you fall victim to cuffing season. So I'm gonna put probably somewhere right here. I don't know. I'm gonna put the cuffing season schedule, and we're dissecting this. Okay, we need to dissect the cuffing season schedule. That is what we are here to do. All right. So the first step, scouting. Scouting happens from August 1st to 31st. So this is when guys are testing the field. They're lurking on your Instagram. They're checking you out at the gym, whatever, They start sliding into your DMs. This is scouting, okay? So if a guy hits you up from August 1st to 31st, you are being scouted. So, be careful. The next phase is drafting. So, the NFL draft for cuffing season happens September 1st through September 30th. So, the whole month of September, drafting. This is when guys start picking their fantasy cuffing season league. Okay? So, remember that. September 1st through September 30th. This is when they decide who they want to select for the tryouts. Who are the potential contenders? Now, just because you get drafted doesn't mean that you're going to make it to the next stage, and it also doesn't guarantee you a spot on their roster, okay? So, then we move to tryouts. So, tryouts happen October 1st to 31st, and now this is an important time, and let me tell you why. Because Halloween happens, and we know everybody loves a good couple's costume. That's what people live to do. You see it all the time. People love their couple's costumes. And honestly, I think Halloween is the whole month of October. People have Halloween parties all month. So this month is crucial if you are trying to make it out of cuffing season alive. You need to secure that spot with a couple's costume, okay? And then we get to preseason. Preseason is the whole month of November. And this one can be scary. Preseason, honestly, as someone who used to play sports, and I've been through many preseason games, there are way more nerves in preseason than there are in the actual season, because this is when you're being tested. This is when your skills are being put to the test, and you have to show what you bring to the table, and it sets the tone for the rest of the season. And let's also note that in November, Thanksgiving happens. So this is the really big test. We have like Friendsgiving, so maybe he's bringing you around as friends, and you're being tested. So don't worry, don't freak out. This is the biggest test, and if you can survive the month of November, I think you'll be good. It's also scary because Thanksgiving is like a really big family holiday. So if you're getting that invite to Thanksgiving dinner, be careful. All right, and now here is the heart and soul of cuffing season, is the actual season. This is regular season play, all right? December 1st through January 15th. So this is when we experience Christmas and New Year's. Christmas is the main holiday people do not like being single for. But be careful, be so careful, because just because you got the invite to Thanksgiving dinner with the family does not mean that he is celebrating Christmas with just you. I hate to say it, but somebody had to. So before you think about buying him the newest 2K game, or you think about buying him the newest iPhone, don't do it. If you are not in a strong, solidified relationship and you guys started talking and hanging out in August or September, do not go crazy with the Christmas presents. I promise you, and you will thank me later. All right. So January 15th is when the actual season ends, right? And then we get into playoffs. January 16th through February 13th. This is crucial. So it ends on February 13th because Valentine's Day happens. So this is crucial. You experience Christmas and the holidays, and now the holiday season is over. So that's honestly like the best time of the year. Like October through December, best time of the year. So now that that's over, the high of the holiday season is ending, and now they're snapping back into reality. Now these guys are like, oh, Valentine's Day is a serious holiday. I need to refine the list down to just one. So you are probably going head to head with someone, with another girl right now. You are probably going head to head. All right? Because the championship game is taking place on February 14th. And what is February 14th? Valentine's Day. And we all know Valentine's Day is the biggest couples holiday ever. Whether you love it or that you hate it, it's the holiday of love. And if you make it to Valentine's Day, you have successfully made it through the cuffing season, all the stages. But that's not where this ends. There is the debate spring break phase. So this is like a post-game conference, basically. Basically, the guys sit down. And you know what? Side note, I'm getting a little sidetracked, but this needs to be said. Guys gossip so much. They sit down with their guy friends and they gossip, and they don't even realize what they're doing. They just think they're just like bros being bros, but they are gossiping. So that brings me back to the debate spring break, February 15th through March 14th. So like I said, this is like a post-game conference, but this is not televised. They sit in their room together and they hold this post-game conference going over the events that took place, who got cut, who got dropped, who made it out and got their championship ring on February 14th. Because we all know, as college students, speaking from a college student, spring break is a national holiday, honestly, in college everywhere. ASU is literally called Spring Break University, so we take spring break very seriously over here. Tempe becomes a ghost town when spring break rolls around because everyone goes on vacation, and a lot of people over here go to like Cabo or go to Rocky Point and stuff, or do like a cruise for spring break. So that's serious. This is when you're going on a trip. So you guys are going on a trip together. So when they have their post-game conference from February 15th to March 14th, they are deciding your fate. So if you don't make it to spring break, if you don't make it on that trip, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but girl, that is not your boyfriend anymore. Or other way, guys, this is not your girl anymore. And then March 15th through April 15th, that is when it's considered like spring break season. So you either resign or you make it to the spring break trip together. But when the resignation happens, you either decide to resign or you are forcefully resigned from your position. And then after spring break season concludes, April 16th through July 31st, you are cuffed or you are uncuffed. You are either locked down in that relationship by April, by spring. I know we've all heard the term ring by spring. Not saying that he's going to propose, but that is just a saying. And you're either cuffed and you are in a relationship all summer, or now you have the perfect opportunity for a hot girl summer or a sad girl summer. Really just depends on how you want to view it. And that takes us to July 31st. And then August 1st rolls around, and we're back at square one. This happens over every single year. Every single year. And I know we've had our experiences. And now that I broke this cuffing season schedule down, I really want you guys to think about all the times that your old situationships have reached out to you at a very convenient time. Make note of that. How every single year around the same time, you get that, hey, how have you been text. You are becoming a victim of cuffing season, and you may be entitled to compensation. So, I love a good dissection of Gen Z culture, honestly. Okay, but in all seriousness, cuffing season, everything I just said, take it with a grain of salt, but also don't be delusional about it. You're probably falling victim to cuffing season, but we've all been there, and no harm and no foul. Is your daily reminder that preseason of cuffing season is upon us. And I will keep you in my thoughts and prayers. Okay? Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know it was really fun for me. It's probably the most excited I've been to sit down and record an episode. But anyway, let me know if you guys fell victim to scouting and drafting of cuffing season this year. I'm really curious to see where you guys are on this year's cuffing season. Okay? Well, we will chat next week. It's been real. It's been real fun.